Hello, 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 everyone. Just turned that music down a bit too much. I have an entirely new setup here, which I'm sure you will notice. What you do see is the background. What you don't see is everything I've got going on here. I'm working off of a kitchen table right now at my dad's place, so it's a little different, but hopefully everything works out all right. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, if everything looks good. I think I set it up properly. But as you see, I am sadly without my kitty ears because they were too big to bring with me. I'm going to be getting a bigger suitcase though, and hopefully I will be able to bring them in the future. I have a whole new mic system. It's been working well for Zoom meetings at work. So hopefully it works well here too. And yeah, again, just let me know how things are going on your end, if everything sounds good, or if there's anything that I need to tweak. Hey, Amber, thank you for letting me know. I always hate, there were a couple times when I jumped on and I just was talking for like 10 minutes straight and then realized that no one could actually hear me. So I dread that happening again. So today we are going to be doing some sprinting. I see there's about 4 of you here, so that is a good number to get going. Welcome. Hey, Stephen, how's it going? The mosaic? Mosaic. Do you mean the backdrop thing? Or these are kind of mosaic-y? It's too bad. My dad and his wife, who's my friend, they have this super, super cute living room, but my setup just doesn't work in there. And I was like, oh, I'm going to work out of here where they have all these plants and like cute retro things. And it's like, I can't do this. They're like, we can move the kitchen table in there. And I was thinking, well, that's really nice, but I don't want to make you do that. That is just too much. So I am in a corner of the kitchen where I have been working, which generally, it doesn't matter that much for my work Zoom meetings, but with this, I tend to be a bit prettier. So if you are referring to this, this is my podcast backdrop actually, which I brought with me. And I just wanted to throw something in here for interest. So I have gator clipped it to a shelf and then to another shelf over here. So that's what's going on with that. It's here. It's actually quite pretty. You just can't see all of it. I might figure out something else for next week. We'll see. I wound up rushing because I had it in my head that I could do a certain thing, and then I realized this morning that it wasn't going to work. I was like, oh my God, now I have to hurry and run around like a maniac. Hello, Am. Thank you for stopping by. I should say to anyone who's new on this channel, I've had quite a few new subscribers in the last month because of Preptober. And I just wanted to say thank you for subscribing and thank you for joining us today. We're going to get into sprints probably in about a minute because I would like to make sure we get enough in as I fiddle with my earbuds. I'm not used to wearing earbuds. Again, if you're new, I usually have really cute kitty headphones, but not today because I couldn't bring them with me to Winnipeg. So I'm actually back in my hometown right now, the hometown that I'm always complaining about. I'm here for a month visiting family, and it's my first test run for my year of traveling. Last time you saw me, I was in my other place. This time I'm here and all of my belongings are officially in storage. So if you follow me on Instagram, stuff like that, you've seen me starting posting some little travel pictures. So this channel, as it as the year goes on, is going to be sort of writing / travel, and I'm hopefully going to have a lot of sort of inspiring aesthetic stuff. Part of the plan, a big part of the plan is I take a lot from new locations for my creativity, my inspiration. So I think that my writing's going to evolve a lot over the next year, and I'm hoping I can take you all along with me for that process. So I think it'll be interesting. Hopefully all of you think so too. It always makes me nervous when I get a batch of new subscribers. I'm like, I hope you like what I'm doing after November. Okay, so I am going to get our timer on the stage here. It always likes to start automatically. We're going to be doing a 15-minute. We're going to do as many of those as we can, and then we are going to wrap up with a half-hour sprint. I always like to hear what you're all working on. I am doing 2 different things today. I'm going to be working on a schedule because my October, if you saw my video last week, and you'll know my process, which is a bit messy, but my printout calendar almost done because we're at the end of the month, and I need to set up my weekly calendar. So I'm going to be doing some scheduling for NaNoWriMo. And if I have time, I'm going to be working on editing a little bit. It's not editing, because that's what I'm doing during Preptober. It is editing prep. I'm trying to make some notes about what I need to do during the month of November. So I think, did I just word that wrong? I think I did. Anyway, I'm doing pre-editing for the editing that I'm going to be doing during November. Hello, Sheraton. It's good to see you. I want to also, before we start the timer, I want to just let you all know that for anyone who has to leave partway through or something, at 3:30 Eastern, I'm adjusting. I'm in Central right now, so 2:30 Central. We are going to be doing our final Stygian Saturday. So I'm going to leave a link for that in the chat and at the end. So if anyone is looking for something interesting to watch after sprinting, we are going to be talking about, we're going to do some readings. We're going to be, chatting, answering questions about the collection, and then we are going to finish up writing our crazy story that we have been writing over this month. So without further ado, let me all know what you're working on. I want to hear, and I am going to start our timer. And her sprint down. I had a brief panic there. I went to check up on some emails, and I've been having trouble with Eventbrite lately. I manage ads for Haunted Montreal. I'm doing their socials right now till the end of the month. And there were these ads that I kept trying to post, and they wouldn't post. And I was like, I bet they're going to duplicate at some point. And sure enough, it's a good thing I've been checking every day because there were like 6 of the same ads. So I had to go in, and you can't delete them. So I had to go in and pause all of them except one. Still fun. Greetings to our new arrivals, Dreaming Truth and Zena. Hope you are all doing well. And Nadim, hello. Hello, greetings. Wow, greetings from Canada. It's great to see such a worldly group here. How did everyone do on that last sprint? I think we got a few more people come in about halfway through, so I'm sure you didn't all get the full 15 minutes, so whether you got the full one or just a bit, let me know how you did. I mostly was just panicking over those ads, but luckily they hadn't gone on too far, and they weren't big budget ads. They were like $10 each, so some had like $1 in or something like that, so it's not the end of the world. I just didn't want to get a big charge and then have that go on the account, which would suck. Ireland, oh my god, I'm so jealous. Really, I'm so jealous. I'm going to be traveling over the next year, and in the spring, that's when I'm going to go across the pond, and I cannot wait to get there. I'm just like, oh, I've only been overseas once, and that was to Berlin for a work trip. So it's like I was there for 4 days. I think I might have mentioned this on the channel before, like a million times. I was there for 4 days, 3 days for convention. So I didn't see anything. And then the final day, they thought it was a convention, but I lucked out. The scheduling was messed up, so I had 1 day. So I've had 1 day in Berlin, and that's it. Like every time I've traveled, like my whole life, it's been for work pretty much. So it'll be really nice. I'm super, super excited. Hello, Amber. Developing the setting. Excellent. All that Preptober stuff. It's always we're so close now. It's always so scary. You have to do so much work in advance, and then it's like, okay, November hits. Oh no. I've been reading at my dad's place. There's this little red library outside. It's like one of those, like little local libraries where you give a book and take a book and that sort of thing, except it's big. So it's like a red plexiglass little building with a couple shelves in it. And I went in there because I can't really travel with books. I'm traveling with a Kindle, but I really love physical books. So I went in there and I grabbed a couple things yesterday, 2 days ago. And I got Saturday by Ian McEwan, which my mom's been telling me to read for a while now. And I'm liking it. It reminds me a lot of Virginia Woolf. And I love her. So now that I'm immersing myself in that sort of zone, I feel like it's going to affect my editing next month. And this is probably going to like double or triple in length before it pares itself down to what it's going to be in the end. It's a lot. Oh, writing for therapy though? Yes. So valid. Very, very good. Are you doing sort of like stream of consciousness, or is it going to be something towards November, just sort of based in that area, or are you just writing? Sorry. I just had a bunch of kombucha, and I'm just like, I was up late last night and I had too much salt yesterday, so excuse me if I have any trail off or run on sentences. I get affected by that sort of thing a lot. I think my main question was, is it just the therapy exercise, or are you doing something that is going to be going into November? That is the question. Sorry. Oh, I also keep looking at this setup, and I'm like, this is so different. I'm so used to my usual background. It's very odd. I've been editing my Preptober videos because I pre-filmed them because I wanted at least Preptober to have one sort of cohesive look for that series. And it's kind of surreal. It's like, oh yeah, I'm not going to go back to that apartment again. It's been a roller coaster with that apartment, but I still like it. I mean, anywhere you are, it's home. So yeah, NaNoWriMo is kicking off pretty soon. I'm glad that I chose to do Rebel this year, just because I don't know if while being a nomad, I would really be able to do a whole draft like my work this year. I'm not going to be working on any like entire novel other than during NaNoWriMo, I think. And then I'm just going to be like doing exercises as I travel and seeing what I can do with my craft. It is a good idea to get in some of that before you get into one big project, though, for sure. Like your other little more enjoyable stream of consciousness, experimental. I think this is a really good time to do that for a couple days, assuming like, you know, you've done Preptober. Just get like that little moment of reprieve in before all hell breaks loose. Okay, I'm going to get us into our second sprint. We've got a few more people here. I am seeing that for some reason, even though I have full bars on my Wi-Fi, that it's dipping in and out. So I'm sorry if anything comes across weird. It looks good on my end, but I just got a little notification. So hopefully that doesn't keep up. On that note, I just noticed your comment here, Nadim. It is 12:30 here, so we've got quite the difference going on. That's the one thing I'm gonna have a lot of trouble with over the next year. I already messed up twice because I work remote, which is why I'm able to do this. I'm very lucky that I can do the digital nomad thing. But I was in Alberta, so that was 2 hours different from my usual time, which isn't even that much. And the first day I wound up being 2 hours late for work because I like messed up the time. Luckily, it's fairly flexible, but it just looks bad, right? Like it's not professional. And then when I got to Manitoba, that's another just, you know, hour difference. And I was an hour late again. So I can't have that keep happening. And that's going to be especially difficult when I get to like the Netherlands or Japan. So pray for me. On that note, I'm going to keep working on my scheduling and my correspondence because I really need to catch up. I've been very, very bad, and I have some Stygian stuff to do too. So we'll see if I get to any of that editing prep. Fingers crossed. Let's get into our next 15-minute sprint, though. I will not keep blabbing. And another one is up. And I had another panic. I am really trying to keep on top of way too many things here. I just realized that I was trying to schedule a bunch of stuff in advance, and I realized that I made an edit to the wrong schedule and posted it. But luckily, no one looked. So I can fix it, re-upload, and now I'm going to fix the other posts too. Yes, I am dropping some projects. Don't worry. I will not go completely bonkers. How did everyone do on that one? I was just doing my correspondence again. I set up my weekly calendar too. I did a little Halloween. And I've got my NaNoWriMo check boxes here too, so that I can check them off. I do use the tracker on the NaNoWriMo website too. I like it a lot, but I like having it here as well. Again, if anyone watched my organizational video, I keep track of things in multiple places because I need to. Otherwise, my brain explodes. Oh, Pinterest boards. I gotta get in on some of those. Sounds productive. And I'm glad that things are progressing with you as well, Anne. All good. If anyone noticed by the way, yeah, like, I don't know, and tracking it is kind of, I don't know, it's satisfying. I like seeing where I'm at with the project as the month goes on. And researching, very good Preptober activity. For anyone who's noticing this little banner I've got going here and you're wondering what that's about, my small press, the Stygian Society, we put out our first anthology this past July, and I've been actively promoting it during spooky season. By the way, you can win a physical copy as well as a really cool Stygian notebook if you follow us on social media right now. The contest is going until Halloween, so you've still got a little more time to enter. So it's Stygian Society everywhere, and it's across Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, so you can enter on any of them. So we put out an anthology, and a lot of people like that anthology energy, but we didn't want to publish another anthology. We want to just focus on solo authors now. So to keep that energy going, we decided to put out a zine 2 times a year, and it's not just open to writing, it's open to art, photography, anything really. It just has to fall within that theme of Stygian, which is sort of dark and hellish, which can cover quite a bit, as I learned as we got pieces in for the collection, because we have a lot of philosophical works, some steampunk, some sci-fi, it's all over the place, and it's very cool to see how people interpret that theme, that broad theme. So if you want to submit anything, we are accepting submissions. We accept them all year round, but for the inaugural January issue, we are accepting submissions up to the end of November. So then we're going to be reviewing and getting everything set up for January publication. And if you're accepted, you get $20 and a physical copy of the zine. So it's a good little publishing opportunity. It's always good to get your work out into the world any way that you can. So definitely send something in to us. It's just stygiansociety.com/stygianzine. Gotta get those plugs in. Alrighty. We are heading up to 1 Central, so we're gonna do another sprint because we've got just over an hour here. Try and get in like maybe 3 more 15-minute before we wrap it up with a half hour. It sounds like you are all doing very well. We've got a few more people who have joined. Hello, welcome if you have just joined. We are sprinting, and in between sprints, I am blathering away about whatever comes to mind, drinking too much kombucha and energy drink, because that is what I do. Alrighty, let's get into another sprint session. Oh, hey, Golnath, how's it going? Nice to see you. I was just plugging the Stygian zine, so again, anyone who wants to submit stuff. I think it's going to be a cool one. The submissions that I have seen so far, I haven't gotten into all of them. I've peeked at a couple. They're looking pretty good, so it'll be a cool collection to be a part of. And I'm going to, once the sprint starts, I'm going to drop the Stygian social links too, if anyone wants to enter to win a free book and a cool little notebook with awesome art on it. Ooh, second draft. Awesome, congrats. Second draft is an excellent place to be. And thank you. Alrighty, I'm going to start the timer and we're going to jump into another sprint. So if everyone's ready, let's go. And we're back. That one went by really fast. No fires to put out this time on my end, but just into a lot more things, getting stuff done, so feeling good about that. I always need to get a bunch of things done if I'm going to relax at all, even for a minute on the weekend. I'm hoping to do a little bit of that. I'm also trying to prepare my sort of nostalgia journey while I'm here. I have a bunch of places I want to visit, and I realized since I have to work while I'm here, I should plan out like working around the city. So I'm trying to plot some of that out. I'm also working on my travel planner because I didn't want to over plan, but I realize right now I'm a little bit under planned. I need to really plot out where I'm going, just sort of in order, just so I don't miss anywhere. That's the one thing, because I have like 1 year roughly that I'm aiming for, and the world's kind of big. So I got to get in all the most important places. I was going to say, I'm glad to help with homework completion. It's a very good use of sprints, excellent productivity. How'd everyone else do? Any word counts, general progress, etc.? I saw we had a few people drop off mid sprint, which makes sense, but we're rising up and down. We're a little bit roller coastery here today. So for anyone who is just arriving here, hello, welcome. We are sprinting, which means that I blather a little bit, then we write a little bit, and it just goes back and forth like that. We are gonna do maybe 2 more 15. Thing is, I really want to wrap this up on time, so 3 p.m. Eastern, because I then have half an hour before the Stygian Saturday stream, so I want a minute to just compose myself before jumping into the next stream. So we might wind up doing 1 15-minute, so a final 15, and then the half hour, and wrap things up at that point. And Sheraton, I got your message, by the way, so all good. Mysterious. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. I only had like 1 sip of my energy drink, but somehow this kombucha is hitting me like, ugh. But I'm still in the process of waking up. We almost went out last night. I say almost because we were going to go out of town, and we got all dressed up. We're gonna go to a Halloween party. We're ready to go. We're like, okay, I'm in my costume. My dad is, my friend is, and it's just like, we get in the car. It was fairly late, and it had been snowing on and off all day, and we're like, I think it's gonna be okay. And it's like an hour out of town, so we had to drive, and there aren't any winter tires, etc. So we're like, no, it's all right. So we stop, we get some drinks, we go to A&W, grab some food. We're all like, all right, we're on the road. And then just as we're reaching the highway, the car like slides on the ice, and we all just looked at each other and we're like, we're calling it. Like, not gonna die tonight. So we came back, took some photos for posterity, and then we watched Halloween, which I hadn't seen before. Shame on me, I know. I kind of skipped I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I skipped all of those movies that, everyone's seen because I heard about them so much that I was just kind of like, I don't need to watch this, and I never watched it. So now I have a big list of things that I really should watch, especially as someone who loves spooky things. And but yeah, like I liked it a lot. I was laughing through it, which my friend, by the way, if anyone's watched my slightly older videos, this is my friend Chandra, who was on the 2 years ago now, I think, yeah, like 2 years ago now. She roasted my writing. So that friend, she was a little bit offended at first that I thought it was funny. And I was like, no, it means I like it. It means I like it. And then we all wound up laughing. I like those older sort of corny horror movies. Honestly, my all-time favorite Halloween movie is Fright Night, and that is corny as hell. I will always laugh through that one. And it's very hard to scare me with spooky stuff. Oh yay, Pay's here. As Pay knows, I am constantly on a quest, as is he, to find something that will actually be scary. We keep watching those the Babadook and all that stuff that everyone's saying, oh, this is so scary. It's like the scariest thing. I left the theater. I couldn't handle it. And we watch it and we're like, I don't know. Like, the Babadook was kind of cute. I don't know. It's hard. Except Japanese horror, that'll get me. That will get me. And I absolutely agree, Sheraton. We have to do that for sure. That would be awesome. And yes, for the launch, right? Sorry, I'm so off with the scheduling. I am so sad to be missing the in-person NaNoWriMo events. I'm a local ML in Montreal, and I'm gone until November 21st, so I miss like the whole first chunk, but I will be attending things in the last half of the month. Okay. See, I wish scary movies got me like they used to, and now they just don't. Yesterday I was saying how it would be cool if someone did a really good, and tell me anyone if any of you know about this already being done, if someone did just like a really brilliant take on daytime horror, like to make daytime scary. Because there's always that thing where you can watch something scary at night and then the day comes and you're like, yeah, I'm all good, and you reset. But something that makes daytime just really like the same vibe as that watching horror at night energy. Sorry, I just kicked my ring light. I would love to see that, and maybe that would get me. That would be kind of unique. Right, we are almost at quarter after, which is the perfect time for our last 15-minute sprint, and then we will be doing a final half hour, and then I hope all of you will join me half an hour after that for the final Stygian Saturday of the month, where you can listen to readings and watch a bunch of authors flail around trying to write the conclusion of a ridiculous story together. Yeah, see, okay. That does get me, but not in an I'm scared way. I've been discussing this with Chandra. That was not supposed to start. These videos always start automatically. Okay, just gonna give this one last thought and then we're sprinting. I've been discussing with Chandra how she loves body horror, and that is like my phobia. I have this thing where I can do funny zombies, but like actual dark, scary zombies, it disturbs me. It doesn't scare me, but it disturbs me. I hate the idea of something that's like someone that's sort of smart and capable and all that devolving into something. I also can't do like amputations and stuff like that. It's something about like the destruction of the body. I can't do it. It bugs me so much. So I'll watch zombie humor, but probably not other zombie stuff. Yeah, video games are awesome for that, for sure, though. I don't know, I just gotta watch more. I gotta keep watching and keep watching, keep watching. But for now, it's the Japanese horror. That's gonna be my go-to. If I watch Ju-on, I'm good. I'm good. That always bothers me a lot. Okay. Sprint time. We will talk about horror more later. Let's go 15 minutes. Last shorter sprint before our half-hour sprint. Good luck. I will talk to you soon. Time is up on our last 15-minute sprint. I feel nearly completely caught up on the things I want to catch up on, although I know that, as always, when I finish, there's going to be something that suddenly just goes like, zing, in my brain. I'm like, no. Getting there. I have a lot of correspondence, but I'm very thankful because Sheraton is going to be helping me keep up on a couple of those things, so very, very appreciative. And one of my projects is wrapping up at the end of this month, so also being sorted and having everything in storage, it's a little easier to adjust and get normal again, which I'm just really, really looking forward to, just that normalization. I was looking at my Fitbit tracker just yesterday to look at like the history of my heart rate, and in the past couple of months my resting heart rate has been like 10 points higher than it usually is, so I'm like, gotta get that down again. I started doing yoga again this week too, because I hadn't been for like, oh god, like a month or 2 months probably. So that's going to be really nice. I didn't this morning though, because I was just running around trying to prep my little space for streaming. Maybe I will after the streams though, because my back is definitely going to be wanting it after sitting here for so long. How did everyone else do? I hope you did well on this one. I've added even more to my weekly planner. Try not to like show too much, but you can see all the stuff that's in there. I've got my book sitting here, like, work on me. This is what you're supposed to be doing. It's a productivity sprint. You do anything that you need to do to be productive, and getting all the other stuff done helps with the creative stuff at least. So that is a plus. We've had another little drop in our attendance roller coaster, but we'll see how it goes as we get into the half hour. I'm so glad to hear that you have a good plan for your November, Allison. That is just such a good feeling to have. Looking at Preptober but not typing, that happens. I've had sprints where it, the time is up and oh my god, I just nearly knocked over the 3 active drinks that I had. Oh my gosh. My mesh got caught in my planner and it went like into the water bottle and the energy drink and the kombucha, and it was almost a disaster, but we avoided it. It's okay. Yeah, I have definitely gotten lost just in the meticulous looking at stuff, and then the timer goes up and you're like, there goes my word count. Sounds like you are pretty well prepared for November. I hope that goes well. I also, one thing I'm doing right now actually is plotting out my November stream and sprinting schedule so that I can add it into the Discord calendar. I'll actually link the Discord in the chat, because I haven't been for the past couple weeks, but I do run like text sprints on the Stygian Discord server on Tuesday nights. Again, this week we won't be because it's Halloween. Come on. I'm really excited because I'm going to be taking a little walk down the old street where I used to live, where I trick-or-treated, just to like be nostalgic. It's the only time of year I'm okay with being around kids. But oh my god, what was I saying? Yeah, so Tuesday, Halloween, no sprints this Tuesday, but next Tuesday, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, okay, we are at 1:34. So since I have to do this next stream at 2:30, I should get into our 30-minute sprint. And yes, I will add the Discord link once the timer starts, and it'll be great to see anyone who wants to join there. Yeah, definitely tell us about your setting, Allison, if you're comfortable sharing. Let me just find my 30 countdown. Nope, that's not it. Let me see. I had these all set up in advance. I was like, everything's prepped and ready to go. But as always, you get lost when you actually get to it. Okay, here we go. Here's our cute little 30-minute timer. It is spooky themed. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to keep the spooky themed stuff through November. Probably not. I love it, but I might go back to, if anyone remembers my old streams, I had kind of a like antique-y, steampunky theme, and I might do something with that again just because it's cozy and cute. Oh, I love historical fiction so much. So much. I think that's probably going to become my genre eventually. I'm playing around with a couple things while I finish up old projects. That might become my genre eventually. Just love it so much. Okay, all right. 30 minutes. Get ready. This is our long one, and then we are done for the day. And let us go. And that's that. 30 minutes are up. That is our sprints for the day. We're just a little past 2, so I'll still have a little bit of breathing space before we get started with the Stygian stream. Apologies if that timer end was like insanely loud. It was insanely loud to me. And I have this thing where it's supposed to like equalize all the sound, but I don't think it does it with the timers. The sounds are fun, but they're loud. I'm glad you all liked it. God. I did find a separate little volume thing, so I'll be prepared for next week. But yeah, glad it wasn't too harrowing. All right. Yeah, I guess we're wrapping things up now. Let me know how you did in the next couple minutes. I'm going to be running off soon to start this next stream. I have pinned the comment. If anyone wants to come join us, I hope you do. We're going to be doing some readings. This is the final Stygian Saturday for the month. The first one, it's okay. Well, I'm sorry it scared you. Hopefully everyone's all right. God, I keep throwing my pen around today. Anyway, we're going to be doing some readings. This is the third one. So in the first one, it was the first third of the book, second third, and now we're in the final third of the book, which is The Next World. So especially if you haven't had a chance to read the collection yet, drop in, see what you think of what our authors have done. You'll get a little taste. They're each going to read an excerpt. It's totally up to them how short or long they want it to be. We're going to do some Q&A chat, and then we're going to finish writing our weird collaborative story. And then I'm going to figure out how that gets edited to smooth it out in the end. I might just take that on myself, and then we'll see what our final results are. That's awesome, though, Golna. Congratulations. Excellent sprint. All right. I'm going to wrap this up so I can go to the washroom, stretch my legs a bit. My back has been starting to get to me. Definitely going to have to do some stretchy things after this. All this chair time. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been great seeing you all. If you haven't heard my latest podcast yet, check out The Writing Craft. It is linked on my page. I had a Haunted Montreal video come out today, so if you like spooky stuff, it's our last one until December because we take November off, and this one's all about Montreal sorcery trials, and we're a fun witch hat. And I've got the final Preptober video of the month coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. If you're new here, thank you so much for subscribing. I know that we've got quite a few new subscribers over Preptober season. I appreciate you all. And I also appreciate everyone who has been here for the long haul and has stuck around. With that, please join me at the Stygian, over on the Stygian side in about 20 minutes. Thank you, thank you. Bye, Pay, bye, Daniel, Golnath, Amber, Sheraton, and I hope that you all continue to have a day that is just as wonderful as you are. Bye.